Hello, and welcome to Humanities 1315, Fine Arts Appreciation. I'm going to be your tour guide. My name is Dr. Adrian Cook. You can call me Doc. It's informal enough to really have some open conversations, hopefully, and invite you to please approach me at any time. But it does acknowledge that I've had a gangload of school. Now I'm on this side of things, and I wanted to give you first face recognition. Second, just a brief overview of the course. I am on a service project this week in Washington, D.C., and so we'll be unable to meet you this first time, but this foundational work that we do is pretty standard across all humanities courses, because this is a different way of thinking than you're going to find in a science class, in a social science class, or even in other courses that are in the humanities division, such as English. This is basically a survey course. We will look at 5 different art forms: visual art, music, dance, drama, both the literature part of drama and the performative part, and film. But we're going to do it all through film, because guess what? Film contains all of those art forms in one way or another. And so if you're a binge watcher, you're in the right spot. If you like film, you have a lot of material to begin working from. If not, I hope that you come to an appreciation of it and an appreciation of all of the elements that are within it, such as the visual art aspect, such as the dance or movement aspect, and the power that music has to create something for us. And that's what the course is about, is why do we create the stories that we create, and why do we respond to them in the ways that we do? And it's not as easy as, well, it makes me happy, or it makes me sad. You're getting closer if you say that it reminds you of an experience that you had, or gives you a longing to have a particular experience. But every bit of popular culture is a reflection of the culture that creates it. And if we can learn to do that with TV and film, then you can take any art form from any period and begin to ask the right questions to get in tune with what is being communicated. So that's my commitment, is to give you tools and strategies from the humanities to be able to investigate things, particularly that are happening in the world and that are happening to you in a new way. As you will see with the PowerPoint, which is narrated, so please let it play. Indulge my voice a little bit, as I have basically delivered the lecture, but virtually to you, that we would generally spend the entire first class doing. As you will see, the humanities is actually sort of the foundation of education, whether or not it is apparent to us in the 21st century. But I think it's becoming more and more apparent to us as we use things like Facebook and film editors and GarageBand, that creativity is the capital that we have now. To that end, I'm going to ask that you look at the creations and really analyze them. I have outlined what we are doing and some of the skills that we are going to develop over the next 13 weeks in the syllabus. I've given you some due dates in the calendar. Please do look over those. But let me give you a rundown, of some of the basic requirements. This is process-based, not content-based. So You're showing up and being ready to go, and having done very often the exercises or the readings or viewings, as it may be, that I've asked you to do, constitutes a big part of your grade in here. A big chunk of it, actually. The quizzes and discussion boards that we have will roll out on a weekly basis. We will not have a quiz every week. We will not have a discussion board every week. But when you are directed to do those, they are basically to generate ideas toward what is the big money. And those are your show and tell presentations. I will be completely transparent with you. If you need to hit the eject button, the first 2 assignments will be group work, right? The first 2 big presentations, and then the last one will be individual. You will be given guidelines. You will be given rubrics. We've allotted time to actually work on them together in class, but it will be a new way of presenting. This is analysis and not reports. So we're going to learn a whole bunch of skills like in the first 6 weeks, and then it'll be week 7 before you do a big presentation, and then we'll be rolling, and then we'll do them with some frequency. Don't fear the group work, and don't fear that first show and tell. You know, it will be well before the drop date. You'll have an idea of how you're doing, and I will prepare you well to do it. Notice that your first show and tell is only worth 10% of your grade. I know that seems like a chunk, but it is possible to actually fail that one and make an A in the course. And these are designed so that you're listening to feedback and learning this way of scholarship that we have in the humanities. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This class is a lot of fun for me to teach, because we're looking at something that we sit and we watch for entertainment, even for enlightenment, and looking at it with fresh eyes. And so I invite you to come on that journey with me. Before I leave you, a little context. I am a performance scholar, so I am very performative. It's killing me not to be live in front of you right now, but I definitely wanted to show you who I was, tell you who I was, give you an indication of sort of what to look for and what to expect. And I hope that we just have a fantastic semester. In this course, there's a lot of laughter, generally. There's a lot of discovery, and I'm looking forward to taking that journey with you. And I thank you for joining me, and for forgiving me for not being live there with you this first week. But if you read through the foundations, we're going to be set to really get off on the right foot when I return. So I will see you next week, and until then.